NSAS, Lagos demolishes communities whose residents witnessed Lekki Tollgate shooting. Sky News, Nigeria. So, my people, we know that the whole NSAS thing that happened, especially in the month of October, has been on the news. I mean, it was really so much that the whole world knew what was happening in Nigeria. Yes, the whole world. I mean, to the extent that CNN was arguing with Lai Mohammed, the Minister of Information in Nigeria, who was going back and forth to say that they do not have jurisdiction to report what they were not aware of. My dear, I mean, you can see something so glaring anyway. Nigerian government was just lying about it. My people, you know that there are some people whose home were very close to the whole Lekki Tollgate area and were videoing what was happening and all that. And guess what? They are demolishing their houses now. Let's get straight into the news. Breaking news: NSAS, Lagos demolishes communities whose residents witnessed Lekki Tollgate shooting. According to Prime Time, the officials of the Lagos State Environmental Task Force have destroyed a community in Lagos. The task force, accompanied by policemen and persons suspected to be thugs, have burnt down a community whose residents witnessed the October 2020 shooting of peaceful protesters by Nigerian soldiers at the Lekki Tollgate. Prime Time sourced some of its witnesses from the community for its groundbreaking investigation into the shooting, which revealed that soldiers and policemen shot directly at the protesters, killing some and injuring others. After original claiming that soldiers deployed to the toll gate to dispatch the protesters were given only blank rounds that they merely shot into the air. Many army later admitted that the troops were carrying both live rounds and black bullets. Adamu Taiwo, Major General who's representing the army at the judiciary panel investigating the shooting, gathered that the soldiers carried live rounds because hoodlums had invaded into the protesters. Residents of the communities that accused the divisional police officer of the nearby Morocco Police Division of shooting and killing of the protesters denied the allegations. The allegation that was denied by Nigerian police and soldiers. Residents of those communities who spoke to the policemen, who spoke to Primetime, said policemen and some officials of the Environmental Task Force arrived at the community on Tuesday and told them to vacate the residents within 24 hours. The residents, who asked not to be named for fear of being arrested by the authorities, said they were still trying to gather their belongings on Tuesday morning when a task force officer mobilized police persons looking like thugs arrived, immediately started pulling down structures in the community. They said while a bulldozer was putting down, mainly destroying and shifting the houses. The thugs were setting fire on the fallen structures and the policemen chasing residents who were still trying to salvage their belongings far from the banks of the lagoon, injuring some of them in the process. Some people were scared and thought they were going to be arrested and ran towards the lagoon, where they sustained deep cuts in their legs and broken bottles that were on the floor that people stepped on. Officials of the Lagos Task Force Environmental Task Force, accompanied by police and persons suspected to be thugs, have burned down the community. Residents witnessed the October 20 shooting of the peaceful protesters by the soldiers of the Nigerian soldiers and police force at the Lekki Tollgate. Some of them still have the recordings on their phones. Primetime source says some of its witnesses from the communities formed what we call the groundbreaking investigation into the shooting, which revealed that soldiers and police really shot live ammunitions. After originally claiming that soldiers and police were there just to dispatch the crowd with blanks. These are the people now being faced by Nigerian authority, especially Lagos State government. Residents of the community said they don't have anywhere to go. They were given 24 hours notice, and before they could say jack, the task force police thugs as well as bulldozers were on ground to start demolishing their structures. So this is how oppression takes place in Nigeria. Serious oppression going on in Nigeria all around, all around, all around. These are people who witnessed what happened during the own EndSARS thing. And because they did, their eyes, for what their eyes saw, they are now in trouble because some of them videoed it. They were very close to the area. They are not so far away. Some of them were there with their phones. They videoed and what have you. They've started demolition, demolishing their building and what have you in the area. So this is what is really happening. This is what is really happening, in Nigeria, where the government oppresses her own citizen, where Nigerian government are the ones, dealing with their own citizen. How do you reconcile that? How do you explain? What do you tell a child? How do you explain that this is what is happening in Nigeria? How do you explain it? How do you explain it? How? So this is what they do, and they get away with it. We call them legal criminals. Legal criminals. So they are there, you are seeing them, they are committing the atrocity, and nobody, I repeat, nobody accuses them, asks them a thing. Nobody, they go about freely. They empower those they want to empower to continue to commit evil and atrocity, and nobody says a word to them. Legally, I say legal because they are the constituted authority, yet they are the one demoralizing the people. They are the ones committing atrocity. They are the ones making the place, making the whole country, people to go through untold suffering. Okay, they are the ones making Nigerians to go through untold suffering. This is what happened. Nobody asks them. Nobody, they come there, they do their own thing, they go, they are not questioned. They do it as they will, as they like. They are the ones in authority. Nobody can question them. You can imagine what people are going through. What people, people who have been established homes, families, they just come there. They told them they were giving them 24 hours notice. And before they could turn around to start gathering their things, they were there already pulling down the building, all because Saturday is also approaching. So they want to, by the time you are not steady, by the time you are not yourself, you are trying to look for where to lay your head. Will you have the time or the chance to go and say you are fighting the government? You can see where the thought of mind, the thought pattern of those people. Nigerians, wake up. It's the dawn of a new day. There must be change. How it will happen, I cannot tell you. Leave us a comment. God bless you. Don't forget to like us, share, subscribe. Bye for now.